Hey Lions, thanks for joining me for the rest of lesson 21. We're going to continue doing some work with vowel pairs, which is the new syllable type we learned about, and we're going to learn some new sight syllables. So let's go ahead and get started. This work we're going to do is going to help us to become automatic readers and automatic spellers, especially when we're looking at multi-syllabic words, which are words that have more than one syllables. Okay, this first sight syllable is try, like in the words triangle and tricycle. And try means three, okay? Try. My turn, try. You together, try. Your turn, good. And try means three. Good job. Okay, here's another new sight syllable. This one is ibble, okay? Like in the words possible or collectible, okay? So ibble, together, ibble. Your turn, good. And the reason why we're learning these sight syllables is because you will see these syllables frequently in words. And so we want to learn them by sight or by memory. Okay, these are kind of like, we've talked about heart words before. These are like heart syllables. We want to know these by heart. So this one is ibble, okay, like possible. And this one, very similar, but subtly different. There's an A. And this one is like at the end of probable or preventable. And this one is able. So you wouldn't think it would say because we have the A, but it says able. You can think of the words probable, preventable, able. Together, able. Your turn, able. Good. And we will practice these every day, so you're going to become automatic with it. Okay? All right, let's look here. Here's another sight syllable. And if you forget, the vowel pair can help you with this one. But ear. Remember, this is the syllable ear, not the word ear. Like in the word engineer or volunteer. Good job. Ear. Together, ear. Your turn. Excellent. Okay, this one, the rest of these are review. So let me get them in my hand so I can go through them a little faster. Non, together, non. Your turn, good. And remember, this means not. By, together, by. Your turn, good. Remember, this means two. Graph, together, graph. Your turn, good. And don't forget, graph means writing. Pre, together, pre, your turn, good job. And pre means before. Lee, together, lee, your turn, good. Together, your turn, good. Scan, together, scan, your turn, excellent. Script, together, script, your turn, good. And remember, script means writing. Like this is like in the words advice. So add, together, add, your turn, good. X, together, X, your turn, good. Less, together, less, your turn, good. Mint, together, mint, your turn, good. Duct, together, duct, your turn, good. Mod, together, mod, your turn. Just a few more. Okay. And in, together, in, your turn. Good. This would be like in the word entire. Sub together, sub, your turn, good. My turn, micro together, micro, your turn, good. Don't forget to say it with me. Okay. Semi together, semi, your turn, good. Remember, this means half, like semicircle means half of a circle. Okay. Jacked together, jacked, your turn, good. Like in the words project. Okay, the next couple of words, we're going to read them syllable by syllable. And for the first words, I'll break up the syllables for you. All right, let's take a look here. What syllable type is this? You're right. It's our new syllable type, a vowel pair, because the two vowels together are working to make a long E sound, okay? Ready? Knee. And then let's look at the second syllable. What syllable type is this? Yep, that's our final stable syllable. And it says dull. So let's put it together. Needle. Needle. Like a needle and thread. All right. Let's do another one like that. All right. What syllable type is this? Yep. This is a vowel pair because we have two vowels. Remember, when you have a vowel pair, the second vowel is a helping vowel. We don't hear this vowel sound. The second vowel is helping the first vowel to make the long vowel sound. So we'll hear a long E. Ready? Tree. Remember, this is a syllable tree, not the word tree. So tree. And then this syllable at the end, T. Treaty. 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 A treaty would be like a compromise, an agreement to end a war or some sort of agreement. So a treaty. Okay. Let's look here at this word. What syllable type is this? You guys are good. This is an open syllable. There's not a consonant blocking the sound, so it can be a long E sound. Ready? D. Now let's look here. What syllable type is the ending of this? Yep, it's a vowel pair. We have the two vowels together. The second vowel is the helping vowel, helps the first vowel say its long name. So let's read this with the long E sound. Gree, degree, degree, degree. Like I cannot wait until it is 80 degrees. I love summertime. Okay, let's look at this one. What syllable type do we have here? Okay, so look and see where the vowels are. And because we have a pair of vowels, this is a vowel pair syllable. We know vowel pairs, the second vowel is the helping vowel, we don't hear it. It helps the first vowel make a long vowel sound. So this would be east. And then what syllable type do we have back here? We have the E and then the R. So that would be our R-controlled syllable over here. So the ER, the E is going to be distorted and it's going to say So we have east, earn, eastern, eastern, okay? Like we live on the eastern side of the United States. Okay, now the next words, we have to figure out where to break the syllables because they are going to be large words. And remember, when you come to a word that you don't know, especially if it's a multi-syllabic words, you have to figure out, well, where do I break it up by syllables? And then use what you know about syllable types to decode. So let's look here. We know the first thing is to identify the vowels. Okay, vowel. So we have a word with 3 syllables because remember, every syllable has a vowel. Okay, so let's look here. We know when we have two or more consonants, we split them. So 1, 2. So let's split here. And then over here, we've only got one consonant. And remember, first you try dividing it before the consonant. And then if that doesn't work, then you divide it after. Okay, so let's look at this. What syllable type do we have? That's right. It is a closed syllable because the consonant is blocking in the vowel sound. So it's a short vowel sound. What syllable type is this? Yep, this is an open syllable because the A is open to say its name. There's nothing blocking it. And then what syllable type do we have over here? It is the R-controlled syllable. The bossy R is distorting that R sound. So this will make the or sound. Okay, so let's read this with a short vowel, long vowel, R-controlled vowel. Ready? Spectator. 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 So a spectator is someone who watches something. If I'm a spectator at the Redskins game, then that means I am someone watching that game. Okay, good job. All right, let's try another one. Okay, so we know first thing we do is locate the vowels, vowel, vowel. Now, remember, if we have a helping vowel, we're not going to underline it. We know this is a helping vowel because this is the silent E. It's at the end of the word. So we're not going to underline it. Just like we would not, if we came across vowel pairs, we would only underline one of them. Okay, so let's look. So this word has 2 syllables because there is a vowel in every syllable. Okay, so we've got vowel, consonant, consonant. Oh, easy peasy. We know we split 2 or more consonants. So let's look and see what syllable type this is. You're right. This is a closed syllable. So this would be a short vowel sound. Now let's look here. What syllable type do we have for the second syllable? Yep. This is a silent E syllable. The second vowel, the E is silent, and it helps the first vowel make a long sound. So let's read with a short vowel sound and a long. Ready? Engage. 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 So engage can mean a couple things. It can be, you might be engaged to be married. That means you're promised to be married. Engage, if you engage in your lesson, that means you're actively participating. And I will hear you reading along with me. Okay, let's do another one. All right. Let's look. We've got a vowel here and a vowel here. So this is word has 2 syllables. So vowel, 1 consonant. Now remember, usually you divide it before the consonant. Okay, so if we were to divide this before the consonant, this would be, let's take a look. What syllable type is this? This would be an open syllable. So let's try it with the open syllable, long A. And this, let's see, vowel and then a consonant. So this, of course, is a closed syllable type, which would make a short E. So let's try this. Chapel, chapel, chapel. I've never heard of a chapel. So instead of dividing before, let's divide after, okay? If we divide after, then here's our vowel, here's a consonant. This would change this to a closed syllable type. And so if it's closed, it's going to be a short A. So now let's try reading this with a short A. This will still be a closed syllable because there's still a consonant blocking in this vowel. Okay, ready? Chapel, chapel, Chapel. Yeah, a chapel. So a chapel is like a small church. It might be a small church inside of a church. There might be a chapel and a hospital where people go to pray. So chapel. Hey, that's funny. And the first word was engage. So there's a song about going to the chapel to get married. So that's funny. We had to engage and chapel together. Okay, guys, last thing we are going to do is spelling. And just because of time, we're only going to spell 2 words today. All right. So remember, when we spell a multisyllabic word, we spell syllable by syllable. So the first word I want us to spell is, let's do differently. Okay, differently. So let's think of the first syllable, diff. So go ahead and spell diff. Diff, okay. All right. Differ. So go ahead and spell fur. I hear an R-controlled syllable there. Differ. So differently. Differently. So I'm going to spell ent, which reminds me of like bent or scent or vent. So different. And then the last syllable, differently. So I know the sight syllable we practiced earlier, lee. Because remember, Y at the end of a multi-syllabic word or a word with more than one syllable says E, differently. So you see how this is a really big word, but if you break it up syllable by syllable, it makes it really manageable. Okay, let's do one more. Let's do the word exception. Exception. Please make an exception to the rule. Okay, so exception. So the first syllable, X. Remember, you can figure out where the syllable breaks are. Every time your chin drops, that is one syllable. So X, okay, X. That's easy enough. X, okay, second syllable, X-sep. So sep, sep. You know, it sounds like an S, but remember we learned that C can make the S sound before an E. We practiced that in our lesson yesterday. So except, okay, exception, shin. Shin is one of our sight syllables that we have practiced. And I know you spell shin like this. This is the spelling of shin at the end of a word, exception. Please make an exception. That would be kind of like bend the rule, make an exception for something. Okay, so these are 2 really big words, differently and exception. But when we can break a word up syllable by syllable, it makes it manageable, and you can read or spell any word when you know the 6 syllable types and the rules for breaking words up into syllables. All right, Lions, you did a great job. I will see you right back here tomorrow for another lesson. Bye.